and we shall be doing that as low. Hello everyone, and welcome back to more The Minish Cap. And in this episode, we'll be starting off the second part of Dark Hyrule Castle. And I'll see how far I can get to it in about 20 minutes or so. Although one thing I could go on about is our upgradable spin attack. Once you get this, the game is just broken, basically. Because when you use it, you're basically invincible and enemies cannot hit you. And pretty much, you're just going to spin around the place and hit them multiple times. And it just makes the enemies so easy. I mean, when you come across Dark Nuts, War Masters, Floor Masters, it's going to be really easy to take them out with this. Although really, I can ignore some of the enemies since I don't really need to collect them for items and all. So that's all good. Perhaps your sword could reflect the blasts coming from these statues. Maybe. So this gives us a bit of a puzzle here using our duplicates. What we want to do is basically duplicate ourselves and hit them back in time. So that way the statues go down. And when the statues have gone down, we're going to go up here and Floor Masters. This is what I mean though. When I use my spin attack, you saw right there that took like, I don't know, 3 or 2 hits and he's down. So pretty much when you use it, you're invincible. And I've lost like, what, 1 1/4 of a heart? So it is really, really easy if you ask me. Although these puzzles here are basically, you want to move a bit carefully and try not to go past, the same tile twice. Otherwise you'll ruin the puzzle and then you'll have to start all over again. Although the switch back there basically just resets it all in case you muck up and all that. And I see, why am I collecting a green kingstone in a place like this? This is Dark Hyrule Castle. Of all the things that come out of an enemy, it had to be a green kingstone. Pretty weird. But on this bit, we want to be a little bit careful and basically do that. Okay. I remember spending a bit of a while trying to get past that blade trap, although this time I actually got past it, so that was all good. And that was the first time as well. Because this is I have to record this again for a purpose, although I'm not really going to explain why, as that was a bit embarrassing. So let's hope that doesn't happen again. But right now that we've got the key, we can basically go up high up into Dark Hyrule Castle. Because you may have seen this. On our way in, there was this other door to the right, because the one to the left is where we came from when we did the first part of Dark Hyrule Castle. Although when we go downstairs, let's see what there is. There was a bit down there, but that's basically the same bit, where we got the map and all that. So we don't really have to jump down there. Although look, great spin attack, take out the whiz robes, and it's all done. Although one thing that I might do is this. Even though I have the great spin attack, I'm not going to use it all the time, as the dungeon becomes a bit too easy. And sometimes I like a bit of a challenge, so I won't be using it all the time, And, this room. I remember doing this first time in my playthrough, well, not really a playthrough, this is just me playing it in my spare time. And this room really, really annoyed me, because you have to be so precise with these things. Although pretty much what I'd recommend is following what I'm doing here with the duplicates. It's a bit hard to explain since, they're in different alignments and all that where I'm going to duplicate myself. But pretty much you do that, you make sure your spin attack is ready, wait for the things to go past, and then hit them back. So there you go, they're all done, and I did that first time. That's pretty much the method I can suggest. It always works for me. Any other method I've tried never works. Like the whole just duplicating yourself 4 times and just a tile in a row so that you're not all spaced out and just hitting them and then turning around quickly. That never works for me. So I like to do things my own ways. Although if we have a poke around with the walls with our sword, there should be one which is bombable. Oh, hold on. There we go, so that means I'm able to blow this one up, as it will lead me somewhere. So, let's do that. And honestly, okay, I'll admit, when I was saying earlier I had to do a re-recording, that was the reason why, because of that particular room, and I spent like, I don't know, 10 minutes trying to get past that bit. Although I did it first time because I came up with a tactic and all that, so makes it a bit easier for me, I guess. This Dark Nut, though, I could suggest using bombs, but I always find it satisfying to just move out of the way of his attacks, and then attack him. Sorry about that, I had a bit of an interruption there. Although with the Dark Nut done, we can now push this chair out of the way to reveal this part. But I don't want to go down there just yet, as I'm going to explore around the place a bit and show you what's around. For a start, we could do this, which isn't important at all, and acquire the compass. And honestly, I really do not need the compass, as I know all the whereabouts in this place where all the chests are. But, you know, I'm still going to collect it because I like 100% in games and all that. Although with the Great Spin Attack, even in Dark Rooms, look, you saw the Gibdo, he's done. And these two Gibdos, you use the Spin Attack, and they're done. So really, the game just breaks when you get it. And I for one like it a bit, but at the same time I feel like, I don't really feel that satisfied taking out enemies now. I just feel like this overpowered overlord or something, I don't know. I mean, Link is a bit overpowered when he gets it. I mean, it's like, you know where I was saying I'm not really going to be using it all the time? It's kind of similar to, say, in Sonic games, like Sonic the Hedgehog 2, because when you become Super Sonic, you know, you're basically invincible, and the game is just really easy to play. And you don't really want to use that all the time, as the gameplay can get a little bit boring or something. I know it makes it easy, but sometimes you want to add a bit of challenge to yourself or something. Well, at least that's what I think. But still, it pretty much applies, you know, the same with the Great Spin Attack in Minish Cap. And I have a habit of using it a lot now. I'm going to try and stop it, because I like to show how it's all professionally done and all that. I don't even know what I'm saying, still. It's kind of pointless for me to collect the rupees though, as I have 999. But, you know, after collecting rupees, you just have a habit of doing it. I guess that's why, you know, when you collect the maximum amount of rupees, and you go find this chest containing like 200 rupees only to find you've wasted it, it's because you have a habit of collecting them. I don't know, it's just that's what I've always found. And I'm struggling on this bit. Great. So I get past the hardest bit in the room where I had to deflect those bullets in a really awkward angle, and I'm struggling on this. This is just great. Although pretty much what you got to do is just move all the way down so that it will not touch you, and move this giant rock out of the way. It's pretty simple to do, you just got to make sure you're a bit quick with it, I guess. So, yeah. And again, you know, the music in this place just really suits the theme and all. I would say this though, the gliding sections in Minish Cap, they're okay, but they're really awkward to control, if you ask me. So, it's kind of awkward, you know, trying to do it with the D-pad and all. Well, really I'm doing this with a keyboard because I'm playing this on an emulator and all. But, you know, sometimes I just find it a little bit awkward. It doesn't ruin the game or anything, but, you know, not all games are perfect. There has to be one major gripe or something. I mean, it's like in, what is it? Banjo-Kazooie? In Banjo-Kazooie, you know, it's a good game and all, but there's one thing that ruins it, and that's the fact that when you collect all the musical notes, if you die, they reset automatically and you have to start all over again. Which is quite annoying at some points. But I'm not really here to go on about Banjo-Kazooie, because we're in Hyrule Castle, and I'm going a bit off topic again in this episode. So we're just going to get on to this bit here. And honestly, you can use your arrows or boomerang. I for one like to use my boomerang so I don't waste arrows. Although with, you know, like in the Palace of Winds outside of it where we got the light arrows, I really did not see the purpose in getting them. I mean, it's like in Ocarina of Time with the ice arrows. You know, you just collect them and what do you do with them? Oh, nothing, they're just to make enemies a bit easier to defeat. Oh, I see. Now on this bit, this is what I like doing. It's called sequence breaking. Really, the game expects you to use the tiles and position yourself to hit the switches. I for one just like to do it on my own by standing somewhere near the middle and hitting them, although you've got to be very precise about it. If you want though, just keep swinging around and you should be able to hit them. I hope so anyway. Let's see, maybe I have to be in dead center. Yeah, there you go. So pretty much if you want to do it, you know, without all the tiles, just make sure you're dead center so that you can do it. And these things. Honestly, these are the hardest enemies in the game. I find Dark Nuts more easier than these guys. Which is weird, because in Zelda NES, my least favourite enemies were Wizrogues and Dark Nuts. Although in this game, they're just a joke, pretty much. Especially the Wizrogues. I mean, look how much damage these guys do. Have you seen how many hearts I've lost for just doing that hit? Although they're not actually going the way I want them to. I want you to throw your sphere, or whatever it is, ball chain over here, so that way I can hit you. And they give you like 50 rupees, which is pointless, but I might as well collect it for something, I guess. Let's hope I can take him out quick. He was about to freeze ball chain again, but due to his animation he stopped. That was a bit weird. And there's going to be a new concept when we do this, and that's when we go in here. He should appear. I think it's in the next one probably. I don't know. Sorry about that, I had a bit of an interruption there again. I'm in Dark Hyrule Castle, give me a chance. Though pretty much, in this room what you want to do is get your Rocks Cape out and jump all the way up so that you can hit these switches. Again, I could use my arrows, but it's a lot easier with the magical boomerang, so I'm going to be doing that. And again, I'm going to sequence break the game by doing this. In this area, they expect you to use the bob-ons and hit them so you can blow up the thing. But I, for one, like to plant my bomb and miss. Brilliant. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to do it the expert way. Maybe. Let's see if this works. I've honestly never tried this. I might as well try it. Let's see. I'm going to pick it up, bro. No, it's not really going to work. So I'm just going to have to blow it up like that. I was trying to pick up the bomb and then throw it and then press the explosion button at the same time. Although I just did it like that. So pretty much, you know, you just plant your bomb just as you go past it and blow it up. Because hopefully it will get stuck. So that's all good. And for some reason that door closed. That was a bit weird. But there'll be this room. And honestly, if you do not have the boomerang in here, you are very unlucky, as you're going to miss out on a lot of fairies. Although, you know, even if you have the normal boomerang, you're still going to get fairies. So basically just make sure you have boomerangs in here. And brilliant, Dark Knight. So I'm going to have to use my bombs. There is the Rocks Cape feature, but I for one just like using my bombs, or just doing it the old way, where you just mine out of their attacks and you hit them. I mean, in Zelda NES, they were unpredictable, what they were going to do. Except, you know, the Wizards were worse, but I'm sure I went on about this before, so I don't really have to worry. You can watch my Zelda NES LP if you want, but I wouldn't really recommend it, as that was my first time using an emulator, and my commentary was a bit bleh. But still, you know, we start off a bit weird, although we get there in the end. I mean, if you ask me, my commentary still is a bit bleh. I have no idea what I'm saying now. But this is what I mean. There's going to be this concept that in each run there'll be these Dark Nuts appearing, and we have to defeat them in order to unlock the door and progress forward. And what they're each going to contain are keys, because when we, you know, go through the doors, we then have to go through this particular section in order to get a key. So as you can see, in this room there are 4 key bits, and we need to use the keys and move this thing out of the way to acquire the chest. And I'm pretty sure you know what that contains. Although with that, I think we'll be doing that in the next episode, because due to the interruptions, I'm unsure how long my timer's gone on for. I don't really want my episode to be long. So, in the next episode of the Minish Cap, we will be going further through Dark Hyrule Castle, and I hope we won't have any more interruptions. So take care guys, and I will see you in the next one.